Your party, my party, this is the people's party. Your party, my party, everybody get on board.
Yes, good night, St. Peter's, good night. I know it's raining, but you're cold. Is that right? Right, well, like Mr. Husbands, Mr. Romeo said, David Trixie Duberry. And please, do not be confused. He did not say Twisty, he said Trixie. Because as you know, ladies and gentlemen, Montserrat has been twisted by a particular person from since 1991. And up to yesterday, he was still in Antigua twisting us about. Ladies and gentlemen, we are grown people. We understand life. It is time enough for people to go around and take us for pappy shows. We are not pappy show. We have sense. There is no way you're going to tell me you're going to bring investors all the way from Dubai. You bring them to Montserrat. So they say, you have them on top of Piper's Pond. No press. That is 6 weeks away from election, ladies and gentlemen. 6 weeks. You know something? If I was the premier, I wouldn't even get BBC to come down. You understand? I would get MNI Alive. I would get ZJB. I would get CNN. Because according to what they say, this is one of Montserrat, well, not one, this is Montserrat's biggest development ever. So why hide it from us? In fact, we don't know what this is all about. you understand? And like Mr. Willock said, maybe they're selling off Montserrat, but we need to know. We need to know. It is time enough for all this twisting to stop. You understand, ladies and gentlemen? It is time enough. Like we said, it is a short night tonight. So I just couldn't help myself from talk a bit about this twisting. My role tonight is to talk about security for Montserrat. And ladies and gentlemen, we are rebuilding. And security is important. Security is important. And when I talk about security, that includes all of us. From our defense force, the public, and our police. And believe me, being an ex-police officer, I still believe that we still have one of the best police force in Montserrat. But ladies and gentlemen, the NCAP manifesto promised the police force equipment and training. But what have they done for the 5 years? They have cut their budget where training is concerned. In fact, they have even reduced the patrolling of the police launch, if you can call it that. I call it the police dinghy. And one thing I can assure you, I am glad that I'm no longer a police force, because I cannot swim. I'm from the east, and there is no way I would go on that. You understand? It is time in us for us to think about Montserrat from the top. Get security in place. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing the NCAP has done to us regarding security. The police force, just like civil servants, they haven't received a salary increase for over 5 years. And we wonder why we have such high turnover of police in Montserrat, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCAP government, because of wanting to bribe people with one belly full, what they have done is that they have cut off every discussion with that increase that police and other civil servants were supposed to get. That is not right, ladies and gentlemen. These are people who work hard. These are people who work hard. When I was a police, I'm sure my salary was close to $2,000 something. And ladies and gentlemen, that was 24 years ago. 24 years ago. And in speaking to police officers, the average salary for a constable is just about $2,500 a month. That ain't right. And believe me, civil servants, others, they are similar. You know what you can do with $25,000 a month in Montserrat, ladies and gentlemen? Number one, there is no way you can get a mortgage. There is no way you can get a mortgage. It is difficult. So that is where the PDM party will get involved. And we are talking about low-cost housing for our public servants and others in Montserrat. That is what we are talking about, because we want people to be comfortable. We want security to be top of the agenda in Montserrat. So that's why we have to embrace our officers and every civil servant in Montserrat. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move on today. And still on security, our defense force. And I can go back. These are people who do not get a monthly salary. And I remember in my day as a defense force soldier as well. These are people who are responsible for security. During Hugo, they were there. During the volcanic crisis, they were still there. And according to the NCAP manifesto, you know what they said? We will increase all the facilities where defense force is concerned. And they were talking about the little shocks they have down in Drummond's, ladies and gentlemen. But what have they done with them? They break them down. They gave away some. Right now, defense force, they do not have a base. And as we know, Montserrat is prone, very much prone to disaster. And like you know, they reckon that there is a storm on its way. Who do you believe is going to run tomorrow morning? Is the police and the 22 or 24 defense force guys that we have. Also with fire as well. Thank you, Deputy. So ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. We care about our people. We're going to put security at the top of our agenda. So that is where we're going to work closely with the Police Welfare Association. We will work closely with them to see where we can help. We will work closely with the Defense Force. We will work closely with the Fire Service. We will work closely with the nurses. We will work closely with the Red Cross. All the public services in Montserrat, ladies and gentlemen, that is our agenda. We are not going to disregard them like the NCAP government has done. We got to put them first. Ladies and gentlemen, one of PDM, when we get in, one of our agenda is to focus a lot on ecotourism. Yes, we'll focus on cruise tourism as well. But believe me, we all know cruise tourism does not come tomorrow. It takes time. So what we are saying is that we already have certain amount of infrastructure in place where ecotourism is concerned. For example, just in the hills above St. Peter's, we have over 4 hiking trails there. And this scribe can contest to that. It's only a few weeks ago, Mr. Scriber took over 30 people on hikes in Montserrat. That was one set of tourists who came in just for the weekend. That is what we're going to pay a lot of attention on, ecotourism. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where our security services would come in as well. Because there is no way we can take people out in the hills and do not have proper backup services to accommodate. So believe me, I'm not going to go on much longer, but all I can say to you, this PDM government is putting people first, everybody first. So I can assure you that we are there for you. And when it comes on September 12th or before, please get it right, ladies and gentlemen. Do not vote Twisty. Make sure you vote Trixie and the PDM people. We got to get it right. I thank you.
Your party, my party, this is the people's party. Your party, my party, everybody get on board.